Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blue Clouds Media, and here we're about to talk about the latest sports news you can ever find. Table of content today. There's a lot going on. Also, um, Enzo Fernandez news will never go away. There's more details into why Enzo Fernandez deal is taking forever. We will talk about it. Also, I want to know you guys' opinion, your views. And let me know as we delve into it. I'll say welcome all my neighbors. Welcome back to the stream. And shout out to everyone that's watching. We're gonna get into the details of why Enzo Fernandez deal would take quite some time because it's been announced how much that Chelsea put in for Enzo Fernandez. As we all know, lots of the media outlets put out to be 127 million, some say 120 million, but it appears to be 80 something. I think 83 million is what Chelsea put up front. Benfica won all the money outright. They want it up front, but I don't think Chelsea wants to do that. Chelsea wants to split the money up in in payment. They want to split maybe a year or 2 years or 3 years that the deal they'll complete the payment of Enzo Fernandez. Well, also, I think this player has been a little bit overhyped because where was Enzo Fernandez before the World Cup? No one really heard about Enzo Fernandez before the World Cup. So I would think that the deal has been a little bit overhyped. The price is way too much for Chelsea to bear. And I've said it many times on this platform, even 2, 3 days ago, that this deal is not as close from my sources. It's not as close as people think it is. There was a guy on Twitter who told me it's a fake news. When I put in, I made that statement on Twitter. So I told the guy come over and explain to us why it is a fake news. To be honest with you, he could not come over because he has no substance. My substance told me that this deal is not as close as lots of the media, those that are flipping and tossing the news. Fabrizio Ronaldo, Fabrizio Romero said this, and then he said that flip the news and flip it back to where it will suit the reader's ears. And to me, he could not get me. So I went to I was like, man, you need to quit flipping flipping up and down with these news. And that's where we are at this moment. But let me read what we're gonna talk about today on this platform. Man City form, Chelsea form, these two teams going into the game tonight. And I'll be back again. I'll be back later on to talk about these Chelsea and the Man City game head to head, who are the edge over the other, and a lot of people will agree with me. Definitely, Manchester City have the edge over Chelsea because of the league log where it both stands in the league. So you will be looking at that one too. We'll be looking at positive to take from Manchester City game, possible lineup. We'll talk about that later on today. Jack Butler to Manchester United, Enzo Fernandez and Chelsea update. Like I said, we will get into it. I've already started talking about it. And Enzo Fernandez and Chelsea update. And then cheaper alternative. Chelsea have 10-year face to another alternative, which is Enzo Alvarez. Enzo Alvarez, another alternative player that was even ready to join the Blues, which was last summer. But it did not happen. That deal did not go through. So we're going to see Mudryk also Saga continues. We will see who's getting close to nail that. Cristiano Ronaldo will have to wait for now El Nasser debut. He couldn't take place, and we'll get into the reason why Cristiano Ronaldo have to wait for El Nasser debut. So welcome to the stream, guys. If you're listening or if you're gonna watch this stream later, you're welcome to the stream. And do not forget, do not hesitate to like the video and also subscribe to the platform if you haven't. As we have here, we have Benoit Badiashile. It's Chelsea have announced the signing of Benoit Badiashile. Like I say, it's gonna be a very good player to us until, but we want to know how is Chelsea gonna use this player, natural left-footed centre back. It's a player that Chelsea has been looking for, but how is Chelsea going to manage and use this player. Our defensive line, we have Koulibaly there, we have Thiago Silva, we have Cucurella, we have Aspilicueta, and I said the other day that Aspilicueta is a good player, but going forward he can defend very well, but he's losing inch in pace. Whenever you have a pacey striker, there's no way Aspilicueta can catch this guy, and we know Aspilicueta should have moved on. But I think that because he's been a very, very good servant to the club, he's been there for over 7 years. He served the club very, very well. So, the club think they have to reward him. I mean, Aspilicueta is not a bad player if he has to help from the bench. But now we have Reece James, who is our number one right back, who's also much more versatile. He plays in the midfield when he's been called upon. But then this time the football club needs someone who I'll say that can be more reliable. Aspilicueta can do a job, but he can do a 90 minutes and even play over 90 minutes job. So that is why we have to bring in Benoit Badiashile, a player who is been announced today and will come in and help the team move forward. So who do I have here at this moment? I think we don't have much of a let me say what AZ has to say. It says Benoit Badiashile confirmed signing on Chelsea's fit stand. Funny how Roman. Oh, okay. Funny how Romano missed that. Yeah. Funny how look, it is very funny. I went on Twitter. Like I said, I tweeted, I replied Fabrizio Romano. And I was like, look, you need to stop flipping this news. If today you said this, today you said that. Today, if it's closed, it's done deal. Here we go. It's getting close to be done deal. Then the following day or couple hours time, you twist the news. What are you doing? Look, one word here that I'll tell you guys is Fabrizio Romano has been banned from Chelsea for some time. During the time of Roman Abramovich, you will never see Fabrizio Romano giving news about Chelsea because he has no facts. He doesn't have much of any source coming from Chelsea Football Club. So I don't know where he's getting this news from. It's just coming from other credible sources like Simon Johnson, maybe Nizar Cancela, other journalists. He picked those things up and then he also reframed what he's getting from these sources. He put them together and make his own news. That is what sometimes Fabrizio Romano is doing. So why didn't you see the announcement of Benoit Badiashile? He's been announced today, and still up to now he hasn't tweeted it. So Fabrizio Romano sometimes is a little bit funny, and they flip the news when it suits him. But then you guys don't. People. I even said it. Someone was like, you have to show respect to Fabrizio Romano because he's got lots of credited, and he's got people around all football. No, I was like, I don't care what he's got around football. I don't care. He don't pay my bills. I'm just taking the news as it's supposed to be, and he's lying to the people. People have to speak the truth because Fabrizio Romano is flip-flopping the news, and people have to know it. So right now, we're turning ourselves to this young guy and Edson Alvarez. Edson Alvarez was linked with the club last summer, like I said, but then unfortunately he couldn't join, and he was ready. Edson Alvarez was ready to join the football club, but he couldn't join. But will he be a better option? Will he be a better option? Look at his price tag. Look at Edison's price tag. It's way better that we can work with. It's a better option that we can work with. I'm trying to get this thing here whilst I still have I think that will work perfectly. So Edson Alvarez is a player. Look at his. He's won trophies. He's a leader. We saw him play for the Mexican national team. He doesn't take that many yellow cards. Red card, 5 appearances, 12. That is 2022-23 season. His appearance. And look at his price tag. Much, way cheaper. You're talking about 35 million euro. 35 million euro as the pounds is way heavier than the euro. So when you talk about maybe the dollar in a dollar form equivalent, you're talking about maybe 40 million. This guy, I've watched little clips about him. I watched him played in the World Cup, which people will say you don't want to judge Edson Alvarez based on the World Cup. But then I've seen him play for Ajax, and I've seen him play in the Champions, and I've seen him play in the World Cup. So I have a lot of point to take if I could recommend Edson Alvarez for Chelsea Football Club. I don't know what you guys think. I have the poll in there. Let me know what you guys think, and send your comment in. Send your comment in. Like I said, I'll take my time. And as we're talking about the alternative player for for Enzo Fernandez, like I said earlier on, beginning, if you're just joining us, we got 14 of us watching the show right now. Please do not forget, we got 15. Please do not forget, put a like on the video and also subscribe to the platform if you haven't. We're still moving on. We just hit 1,600 subscribers. We're getting close to 2,000, which is very, very good for the channel. And I want to thank you, all of you that are watching at this moment. I want to thank each and everyone for participating and getting this channel to where we are, 16K, over 16K at this moment. And we're getting very close. Half of it, very close of it, we'll be getting to our 2K very soon. Like I said, I have been gone for over 7 months. And right after I came back, started streaming, things are heading to the right direction. With this new year, my resolution, I hope that things gets on very well for me. So send your comments in, and I'll take my time to read them. As I read AZ's comment, he says, Benoit Badiashile confirmed signing on Chelsea's feet stand up. Yes, I've seen that. Funny how Romano missed that. Absolutely. Fabrizio Romano missed that. And I don't know how he did that. But anyway, we will move on. We will move on from that. So send your comments in, guys. Do not hesitate. Send them in. I'll take my time to read them. We're looking at this Edson Alvarez, the Mexican player. If we are fighting and we can't get a deal over the line, we need legs in the midfield. To be honest with you, we need legs. Chelsea need legs in the midfield, and we have players that they're always injured. We got injured players like Ruben Loftus-Cheek. We have players like Kovacic. Kovacic is a very, very good player. He can drive the ball. He can carry the ball from the back and link up with the midfield. But then he's not a guy who can even give you goals. I'm not so sure about Edson Alvarez goal scoring contribution. He doesn't score that many goals, but then he's a very, very good player in the midfield. His alternative, like I said, 40 million. This guy can come in and do a very, very good job, just like we're fighting over Alvarez. We can put Alvarez, and Chelsea are also very scared at this moment that if they don't get this deal over the line in this January window, lots of teams might come in the summer, and that can create a very big bidding war. We're going to end up seeing Real Madrid jumping into the race to sign Enzo Fernandez. But if you really believe in your instincts, as we've got to know that he's made a statement that not a statement, but he's agreed. He's agreed, and Chelsea have put in how much is it? They said 83 million. I'll find that quote up from Fabrizio Romano. So here soon, let me look for that real quick for the viewers. Like I said, if you're still there and you're watching, do not hesitate. Send your comments in. Let me know. Also have the poll up here. Let me see what the poll says at this moment. Bring the poll down. The poll, yeah, we got 88% of the poll people say yes, 12% say no. But yeah, is Edson Alvarez a better and cheaper alternative for Enzo Fernandez? That is what I just posted earlier on, and I think it will be a better option for us. It will be a better option for us. So let me see what Fabrizio Romano said the other day about the Enzo deal. Okay, so I got that here. Yeah, I think he did that 2 hours ago. He did that before we came up here on the platform. Okay, let me share that real quick. I've got this. There we go. Give me a minute, guys. Just this is what I was trying to refer to, or this is what I was trying to refer to. He said Benfica coach. Okay, we don't want to sell Enzo. That is what he said. There is club that want him, tempted him out, tempted him, but they know the only way is 120 million clause. But he did make another statement earlier on concerning how much Chelsea paid for Chelsea put in the bid. Chelsea's bid earlier on. I think this is what's cut offside said that Chelsea are no longer in talk over Enzo Fernandez. So what's next? That is someone else's tweet. But I'm trying to find out the original tweet that he put up. It shouldn't be that long of a tweet. Okay, this one it says Enzo Fernandez deal as things stand. Chelsea and Benfica have not scheduled new meetings after talk collapsed. So, like I said, it has collapsed. So, what is next for Chelsea? It has collapsed. Chelsea want to split the payment up. Chelsea won 83 million. Like I said, Real Costa always said 120 million clause is no way. Chelsea verbally discussed that with Benfica. Then officially bid was 85 million. That is it right there. So where were all these journalists right from beginning when lots of them were posting for 120 million, 127 million? Where were they? That's my only question. Oh, I didn't see Ryan. Big up to Ryan. Ryan is here with me, but before I get to Ryan, let me see what I have here. I123 is here with me as usual. Thank you. Even if I'm a bit lonely here, she will keep me active. Hello, he said, I wish you the best, wishing you live from work. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Then I have Steven Kudom. I'm sure that's the name. I think we should forget about that Enzo guy. He's not going to score more than 30 goals a season. Yeah, he's a very good player, but then I think he's been overhyped. He's been overhyped, in my opinion. He's been overhyped. Big up, Mr. Ryan. Welcome back to the stream again, brother.
Hey, Nazayan. Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I'm glad I have a co-host who back me up when I'm getting tired. I sent a link in there. I realized you guys were all maybe very busy or doing something else. So I said, if you're free, you can join, and I'm very happy you joined. So, Ryan, we are into the discussion of Enzo Fernandez. Talk have collapsed as it's been announced and by lots of the media outlets, big names, Fabrizio Ronaldo, Fabrizio Romano, Enzo, Nizar Cancela. Lots of these guys are now bringing in that the talks are not going on anymore at this moment. Chelsea, now we know that Chelsea bid 85 million, and we did not get the right figures right from the beginning. So tell me, what is the way forward? Big up to you, MDS. MDS said, congrats on passing 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, MDS. I hope you're doing very well and the family is doing great as well. Guys, we are heading close to 2,000. We are over 1,600, getting close to 2,000 subscribers. So I always said I really appreciate each and every one of you that stays home and spend time listening to the football knowledge that we bring to you and bring you the discussion. Get involved, set your comments in. Do not hesitate. We will take time to read it. Ryan, you were on the floor. What do you make of this at this moment? Where do Chelsea go from?
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Chelsea have obviously scouted him. They're keen to sign him. He's 21 years old. Plays for a good Benfica team. We saw glimpses of his ability in the World Cup, and this is the way the transfer market is right now. There's a premium you have to pay for a young, uh, player with huge potential, which Enzo Fernandez has. He's a World Cup winner. I just feel he can inject energy, creativity, guile in the midfield of Chelsea, which it's very, very seriously lacking right now. Um, yeah, I think a lot of the Chelsea fans are expecting there will be a lot of change in the midfield area next season. And some departures in the summer. Perhaps Jorginho, N'Golo Kante. Question marks over whether Kovacic will remain or move on. So this is really an overhaul process, and um, I think Enzo Fernandez would be a very, very good acquisition. I've mentioned it before on previous streams. I rate the player, and that's coming from a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. This is a real Liverpool fan. He knows Liverpool in and out very, very well, and he rates the player. So that means there's a player in there. There's a very good player in there. But do you think we've talked about this before, right? Is he overhyped?
You know, I, he had a good World Cup. He didn't, set the world alight, and shock the world with how he played in the World Cup. He was on the bench for a lot of the games, and then he came on as a substitute. It's not like, you know, compare it to James Rodriguez and that
Yeah,
incredible World Cup he had, where he was probably like the best player in that World Cup in South Africa, and then he got his big money move to Real Madrid, and maybe his situation he was a little bit hyped, and he was being judged on a short period of a World Cup, and he'd previously was playing for Monaco.
yeah,
I feel Enzo Fernandez, he's only 21 years old. This is a transfer that's very much long term, and Chelsea are buying a potential future superstar. I really think so, but they have to develop him. They have to nurture him. He needs to adapt to the Premier League. He has a lot of positive qualities, no doubt about it.
yeah. I agree with you. He has a lot of qualities. He's the guy for the future. But then it looks like the price tag on him is throwing Chelsea off. I said 3 days ago, a lot of people did not agree with me because I know where I'm getting my sources from. There are people that I do talking behind the scenes. They made me know that this deal is not as close as people think it is, and I said it over here. Someone even argued with me on Twitter that it's a fake news that the deal is closed. So I told the guy, I was like, I'm going to give you that opportunity to come on the platform and explain to us how you think that the deal is almost done. I sent him the link and I talked to him and he never did. He never come over. So I just blocked him. I was like, you people just come on Twitter and they play with people's minds. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, just to add to that,
Yeah.
Chelsea are not the only club interested in Enzo Fernandez. I've seen some news stories last couple of days that Napoli and Barcelona agents are, following his transfer situation
So,
and his availability. Whether they can afford to pay his release clause, I doubt it. But
yeah.
he is a player that's not just on Chelsea's radar. And I'm not sure if you've covered this story as well, but I believe the Benfica boss had some comments to say about Chelsea's pursuit of Enzo Fernandez, saying that they're disrespecting Benfica and the club, saying that they can pay the release clause and then trying to negotiate it down. So um, this is uh, this is getting very interesting, and it's simmering nicely, and Benfica is a source of very talented young players that we've seen move to the Premier League, like Ruben Diaz, um, and many more other names that have transferred over to the Premier League and become successful. The last thing Chelsea want to do is blacklist themselves, um, and sour the relationship with Benfica.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. I don't know why the coach of Benfica think Chelsea are disrespecting the club. But we'll get back to that. But before I move on, I want to acknowledge all the viewers and the subscribers of this platform. I want to say I want to thank every one of you one more time. Ryan, Steven, all the viewers, everyone, Steven and Danish, everyone that have subscribed to this platform. We are over 115,500 subscribers. We're getting close to 2,000, 2K, and the new year is here for us, and we can make it. If I can make it, you guys are here. We can all do it together. I can't do it all by myself without you. So I want to say, you, the viewers and listeners, thank you very, very much, and do not hesitate. We're building a very, very big community over here. So let's get involved. Share the platform, share the channel to every social media that you find yourself, so we can have a big community here. And your views are always welcome. All cultures and everything is welcome on this platform without no discrimination. We respect everyone's opinion. And as you put your opinion down, we will sit down and talk about it. Oh, this is my opinion. This is your opinion. Let's put it together and see which these opinions make sense. That is what we're all about. We'll bring you the best news you can ever find. And we take it's culture. We don't just base on one football club. We take lots of news from different football clubs, and then we talk about it. See, that's the latest news in world football. Um, Herbert said, "Congratulations on Badishia. Thank you very much, Herbert. Thank you, really. Thank you for congratulating Chelsea Football Club." Dinesh said, "Hello, Nate Zion, watching from Pakistan. Yup, all the time, my brother in Paki. Shout out to all Pakistanis. Shout out to everyone there. We we love you all. We thank you for spending time here with us. How are you? I'm doing much, much more better. I'm alive. So I think I'm doing very good today. Who do you think will make top four? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think Chelsea Football Club will be part of those that will make we are, I think, is it eighth or 10, Ryan? If I'm not so sure. I think eighth, eighth, right? Or 10 for now, because we haven't played Man City yet. Ryan will check the league table and let me know at this moment. I'm late. I don't know. I didn't
Yeah,
get
Chelsea are
notification.
10th.
Please tell latest United news. Okay, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, Chelsea are 10th in the league
Yes,
table
Chelsea are
currently.
10th on the league table, and I don't see Chelsea making up to top four. It will be a little bit more miracle. They can do it if they could go on if they can go on a run from now to the end of the season without losing any game. They can even push to top four. But for now, I'll be honest with you, the way Chelsea are playing, they don't create chances. I don't see Chelsea making top four. I'll be honest with you. Kim said, what did Kim P said? Kim P, thank you very much, Manchester United fan. He said, I'm late. I don't know. I don't get notification. Please tell latest United news. Sorry if you did not get a notification. This is what YouTube does to the small channels. I did it. I set my stream a long time ago. It has more than half an hour for YouTube to send all the notifications to all my subscribers. Some did it, some get it, some, and I could tell a lot of my subscribers did not get it because I started streaming even 10 minutes and there was no one here until people started joining when they saw me live. So I apologize to everyone. I'll make it up. Make sure I follow up why my subscribers did not get the notification. So, do you have any updates on Felix and what or Memphis to United? Ryan will check that for me real quick. Ryan will check that for me real quick. So hang in there. King did not go anywhere. Ryan will check into any updates on Manchester United. Um, okay, for now we'll be looking at these specific players. Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah, Nazan,
Sorry.
let me very quickly just
Okay.
elaborate on Enzo Fernandez. I'm sure some of the viewers will know this. Some of them it might be helpful
Okay.
just to explain where we are in terms of the transfer story. And um, the issue here is that Benfica want Chelsea to pay the release clause, which is
What
something like
clause?
£106 million.
Okay.
It's a huge fee, and Benfica want it all in one go. They want it all to be paid up front. Um, Chelsea are willing to pay above that release clause, but they want to pay it in installments. They want to pay it in 3 installments. I think it works out at something like 37 million pounds a season over the next 3 years. And the reason Chelsea want to do that is so that they conform with the financial fair play regulations. So they're trying to package their offer differently so they conform and adhere to the regulations. The latest news I've seen today, again, this this is not confirmed, but I've seen several uh, media websites report that Chelsea are offering a cash plus players deal. So Chelsea are offering £87 million up front and 3 players for Enzo Fernandez. Those 3 players would be Hakim Ziyech on a permanent transfer, and
Three
then David
players.
Fofana and Santos on loans, which is very interesting because this is David Fofana, Datra Fofana,
That's
and
just
Andre
fun.
Santos. They've only just been signed,
Probably on loan.
um,
Probably
and they
on
would be
loan.
sent on loan. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Akim Ziyech will be outright. They will selling him, and then Dacho Fafana on loan. And then
That's
who's the
correct.
next player? Who's the next player?
And the other one is Andre Santos, the Brazilian, who
Okay,
Chelsea
yeah.
have just signed.
Okay.
So he would be on loan as well.
Okay. Thank you very
So the
much.
initial offer that Chelsea made, it was above the release clause. I think it was like 112 million to be paid in 3 installments across 3 years. Benfica have rejected that, which is why Chelsea have come back with a offer that's structured differently. It's got a higher upfront fee, 87 million, but they're including players now.
So
I don't think Chelsea's intention is to meet the release clause. That's my feeling. That's also the feeling of Ben Jacobs and several other tier one
okay.
journalists. So it's very interesting transfer story and one to keep uh, focusing on and see where it goes.
This is very interesting news coming out from accredited sports journalists coming from Ben Jacob, also very reliable. Some other sources coming. That's what Ryan or just brought up for us. And Ryan just said Chelsea are trying to put up a beat. They want to put 87 up front, and also Dutro Fafana, a guy that we just signed this season. Definitely, as we all said from beginning, he's a guy that will be definitely going on loan. He'll be going on loan. And also Santos will also be going on loan, but they want to sell Ziyech up front plus that 87 million. Then they can get Santos. But then the split, the way Chelsea want to do it, 35 million in every month would not work. I mean, sorry, every is this season, right? Every season is space of 3 years. Is
Yes,
that
that's
what's
correct.
yeah. Yeah,
That's
every
correct.
season 30
£37 million every
37
year
million
for the next 3 years.
every year for the next 3 years for in the payment for Enzo Fernandez has been scrapped. Benfica don't want to do that deal. So Chelsea are thinking of the other way, want to put in 87 million. Had Fafana, had Santos and Ziyech, and then Chelsea can have their man. But then Fafana and Santos will be on loan deals. They're going there to, so they can play because they can be at Stamford Bridge in the rest of the season without playing any active competition. So they'll be going on loan to Benfica. If that deal goes through, that makes a lot of sense because those guys will have an experience, and then we're going to have them back in the summer for them to have a preseason with us. Herbert said Chelsea to get smashed versus Man City or a surprise result. We hope to see. No one knows football. Association football is full of uncertainty, and you don't know what it comes with. We got 16 of us watching. Do not hesitate to subscribe and like the video. If you haven't put any like on the video for us, it really helped the algorithm. It helped us travel. YouTube sends our channel to recommend it for other people that watches football in that sense, and also Chelsea as well. Herbert also said, but why would Ziyech go to Benfica? That's out by Chelsea. He doesn't get much playing time. And if Ziyech agree to join Benfica and be able to play day in day out, why not? Matter of fact, he's coming from Ajax, and Ajax Benfica, they are pretty much the same level, or maybe a little. I wouldn't say even Ajax are even better than Benfica, because Benfica are playing very, very well. Domestic league, probably have a very, very good record in their league. And also they have pedigree in Europe. Ajax also have pedigree in Europe. So if he's moving from Chelsea, where he's sitting on the bench all the time and it's not playing, why wouldn't he move? Only if the player agreed to the deal that I want to be part of this deal, I want to go to Benfica, since I can get much playing time for them. So that makes a lot of sense. I agree. I agree what Ryan just said. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Don't you think that, Ryan?
Sorry, Nizam, can you repeat that?
No, I was asking you. Don't you think adding Ziyech to the deal, if Ziyech is at Chelsea and being on the bench all the time, not getting much playing time, and then send him to Benfica if he agrees to go, wouldn't it be a good deal for himself to be able to get back to active
It,
football?
I think it would be a good deal for the player professionally. Portuguese football is arguably more technical, slower paced. It might suit his style of play. Um, but you can't deny, Ziyech was one of the better performers at the World Cup. He caught the eye. And I never feel he's been given a fair shot. This is just my opinion personally.
Oh, it is true. I agree
He's
with
been
you.
given a
Your
fair shot
opinion
at
is right.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I think if the system and framework around him at Chelsea was better, you would see better from Hakim Ziyech as well. I think he suffers a bit from, a weak midfield, a lack of organization, just a team that's not confident in its identity and style of play. And I think he unfortunately suffers because of that.
So yeah, just like Ryan said, big up to you. Ryan said, well, we got to look at the player's age too. He is 29 years old. He is better than Benfica. Don't forget, he was linked with AC Milan. The only reason why I'm saying it would be better for him, because I don't want him to stay. I don't want him to stay at Chelsea, and if he doesn't get any match playing time, he doesn't get game time. That's my only problem. That's why I'm crying for him. So in my opinion, if he's gonna be added to a deal to bring Enzo Fernandez, and he think that it going to Benfica will give him much more playing time, that is good. But I'm saying he's a very good player. He's a better player. You get what I'm trying to say? That's my opinion. Let me read some of the messages. This is coming from Tuchiko. I'm sure King. I call him Queen. I don't want to mess his name up. So he says, I would love to know more about Enzo Fernandez deal with Chelsea. As we just said, if you're just joining, do not hesitate to put a like on the video. King, no, if you're just joining us, do not forget to put my like on the video for me. It helps the video a lot. Like I said, we started earlier on. The deal is called off at this moment. There's no talk going on, because what is going on now is the way Chelsea wants to make the payment for Enzo Fernandez is not going to happen. Chelsea intended to make 36 million payment every season in the course of a 3-year period. They were paying 36 this year, that year, the following year, 3 years. We're going to split that payment up. But Benfica felt they don't like that kind of setup, so they want 87 million upfront with other players, which we've seen that the Fafana, we already know, is a guy who will be going on loan. Santos also, who is coming in, he doesn't have a work permit. He'll be going on loan to get game time. So these three players will be added to the deal to get Enzo Fernandez. If how it's been reported by credited journalists out there, from Ben Jacob is one of the great guys out there. He's more reliable. So that is what is going on at this moment. Enzo Fernandez with 3 players, 87 million upfront. Get your guy. We get what we want. Benfica feel they've been disrespected by the way Chelsea wants to do the deal. But Chelsea also have their own valuation. The way they value the player, they don't value the player as much as it is. But from what Ryan just told us, the player value is 106, not 120. not 120 as he's been listed out for quite some time now. So I'm gonna go ahead and read some more comments before we get into the next topic. Like I said, we will come to Edson Alvarez, another alternative if we don't get Enzo Fernandez. We need legs in the midfield. So Herbert said, I just see Chelsea trying to kick out Ziyech at all costs. It could be because they're not using the guy. And I'm not a coach. If Graham Potter doesn't see, sorry, I'm very sorry, guys. If Graham Potter doesn't see what we see in Ziyech, and as he's a coach, he's a technical guy, we can sit over here and cry and chant and yell every day, and he's a coach. At the end of the day, he will pick his players and doesn't pick that guy. What can we do? There's nothing we can do. It's better off if we love Ziyech, we have to pray for him to move away from Chelsea. We saw how outstanding he was during the World Cup. We know what Ziyech can do. So it's better for him to go instead of staying. So I123 said, my brother, not sure if it's you, but your mic keep cutting off. Guys, let me know if my microphone keep cutting in and out. Ryan, does my microphone keep cut in and out?
No, for me it's clear and no cutting out.
Okay. Guys, if you have whoever is listening and watching, let me know so I can, if there's something I can fix to get it better. But
Nizam,
thanks.
one thing I wanted to just quickly ask you is,
Yeah.
I joined a little bit late, so apologies, but
No, you don't
have
have
you
to. You don't have to.
have you discussed Benoit Badiashile yet, and the centre back Chelsea have
No,
officially signed
no,
today?
no, we haven't discussed yet. We haven't discussed yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
no problem.
it's like people want to know more about the Enzo news. That's taking a little of the time away. But
Okay.
right after we're done with the alternative for Enzo Fernandez, which is Edson Alvarez, we'll be getting to that. It's that Benoit Badiashile topic is the next one before we move on to Jack Butland to Manchester United. That's the Manchester United news as Kim P. He's been waiting for it. Herbert, if you have any news, drop it in the chat. If you have any news over there, drop it in the chat. The only news I have here is Jack Butler to Manchester United. So, Herbert, if you have any news, drop it in there and we will talk about it. But if you're free also, let me know. We'll bring you here as always. Let me know if you want to leave also. Sometimes you vanish and I was like, where's Herbert? He's gone. Okay. So I123, love you. Thank you very much for letting me know what my microphone sounds like. Herbert said, Herbert. Oh, this is from Kim Pin. He said, Herbert, any update on your Felix and to my Manchester United? If you have any updates on Joao Felix, Herbert, drop it in. Keen wants to know. I123 said that I will close my video and restart it to see if it's me or you. Thank you very much. Let us have that exercise done so I can know if I have any connection problem. So thank you very much. I123, love you. Always welcome. So yeah, Herbert. Ryan, we're gonna move on to. I don't know if we're done. We're done with this. We're gonna move on to from
Yeah,
Edson Enzo
absolutely.
Fernandez.
I can briefly touch upon Felix.
Okay.
I haven't been following it too closely, but I did read that he missed Atletico Madrid's Copa del Rey fixture yesterday evening. I think they won 2-0 in the Copa del Rey, against a minnow side.
Yeah.
So that's obviously cracks up the speculation that he could be leaving Atletico Madrid, either on loan or on a permanent transfer. And it's no surprise that it's no secret that Man United terminated Cristiano Ronaldo's contracts, and they're looking for a striker to come in to replace him. I even saw some rumors yesterday about they might be targeting Abubakar from Al Nassr, which would be very strange, wouldn't it? Ronaldo going to Al Nassr and then Abubakar moving in the opposite direction back to Man United. But I haven't really seen any further news about it, to be honest. Uh, so it's one to keep watching. He's definitely on Man United's radar. I'm just not sure that they've made a firm offer yet for him.
Okay. So Kane, there you go. Some of the news for you for Felix. He makes. I'm not sure if it's due to injuries or anything of that nature. But then, yeah, Herbert said they no updates campaign. Atletico would drag it till the end, to the end, and expect a bidding war. Yes, and Atletico Madrid they will do that because considering how much they spend on Felix to bring him to Atletico Madrid, and then look at how huge price tag they have on him. So I expect that to happen. Yeah, but we move on. The next guy we're gonna talk about is Edson Alvarez. Edson Alvarez, it's a guy that is much more cheaper. I put a poll in there. I'm not sure where the poll has gotten us to at this moment. Let me see. Check the poll real quick. I have 71% of it said yes, and then 29% said no. So very soon I'll end this post, and I have another question to ask the community and see what they think about it. So this is his World Cup. Edson Alvarez statistics. Mexican international World Cup, 2022, in the World Cup, this is what he played. World Cup qualifiers and all that kind of stuff. He's not the guy that gets red cards. No, I don't see a red card over here, meaning he's very disciplined. Yellow cards, very minimum. Yellow cards, very minimum. World Cup qualifiers, 10 matches, in the year 2021, 2022, he scored one goal, three yellow cards, no red card at this moment. And also in the World Cup matches that he played, also no yellow card, no red card at all. Ayas, he plays for Ayas 2023, 2022, 2023 season. 12 matches, 0 goals, 2 assists, 5 yellow cards with no red card. So he's a little bit more disciplined concerning the position that he plays. So, and it's like I said, his price tag is only, I think, 35 million is what his price tag is. 35 million. That's what we have here. 35 million. If you take it to dollars, will be around maybe 40 million dollars. Ryan, big up to you. Big up to you, my brother. He said, I cannot listen in today. I cannot listen in today as I'm traveling to Chicago, but keep it up, Zion. Thank you very much, Trey, my brother. Thank you very much. And I appreciate you spending time. Even if you don't have time, you always come over and then you give me my like and then you share the videos for me. And then you also participate in the comments. Thank you very much. And I hope that God protects you and take you to your destination. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. We'll be streaming a couple hours before, an hour before the game kickoff today. So right after this kickoff, we'll be streaming another hour before the game kickoff. So if you have time, you can hop in, join us here in the discussion. As we'll be looking at Ryan, I was talking to you about this player. Would this guy be an alternative? Because he was ready to join us in the summer, but the deal was off. What do you make of Edson Alvarez?
Yeah, I do remember that. There were strong, uh,
Link with him.
links,
Yeah.
yeah, for him to join Chelsea, and I actually thought it was virtually over the line and it was a done deal. So it was a massive surprise when we suddenly heard that it was off. I think he was, virtually a sole bright spark in an otherwise very, very poor Mexican team during the World Cup. He's 6'2". He's a good age.
Yeah.
I believe, 25 years old. He's very versatile. He can play DM. His primary position is DM, but he can play centre back as well.
Yeah.
Um, you look at the current midfielders Chelsea have. Chukwuemeka, Jorginho,
Virginio.
Kovacic,
Ruben Loftus-Cheek always
Zakari,
injured.
Zakaria. Yeah, there's all sorts of issues here. There's lone players, there's injury prone like Kante. Conor Gallagher blows, hot and cold. He's
Yeah.
a young midfielder. Maybe this would be a clever signing. He's a player who's got a little bit of experience. He's played for Ajax. I believe he's played in the Champions League
Yeah.
uh, several seasons. Maybe this is would be a clever signing. A physical player, an experienced player. Um, so yeah, I think it's definitely a name that they should be targeting to beef up their midfield.
Yeah, I agree with you. We got 16 of us watching the stream. It was 19, 22, and 16. If you're part of them, you haven't liked the video, please like the video for us. Do not hesitate to like it and engage in the comment. You're right, Ryan? You good?
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right. No, it's all right. Just make sure you're good. If you need to drink some water, drink it. Because I drink a lot of water before getting up here because too much talking can end up getting choked. So yeah, we've talked about Edson Alvarez. I mean Enzo, sorry. Yeah, Edson Alvarez, another replacement that Chelsea can have with a cheaper price. Cheaper price, 40 million, 35 million euro. This guy can come in and do very good job. He's versatile. I think it's left-footed, no, right-footed player. Yeah, it's right there, right-footed player, midfielder, defensive midfielder, and he also can play a centre back. So if we need someone to help out in the defense, he's there. If Thiago Silva, I know we have a Benoit Badiashile also in there. So the next one we'll be talking about is Benoit Badiashile. Welcome to Chelsea. Ryan, Chelsea have got their guy, strong guy, left-footed centre back defender. Naturally, it's not Koulibaly who's not naturally left-footed. Yeah, Chelsea have signed him. What do you make of these signings, Ryan?
Chelsea have got their man. They've got their left-sided centre back,
Benoit.
and for a very modest £35 million, I have to say, this is a guy who's only 21 years old, and again, they're investing in a player's potential, and
Yeah.
On the basis of developing him, helping him grow as a player. I'm excited about this signing. I think he's potentially could be one of the most exciting and um, important signings Chelsea make, especially considering Thiago Silva's age, the problems Koulibaly has had thus far this season adapting to the Premier League. Is this a backup signing or a plan B because Chelsea's pursuit of Guardiola was unsuccessful after the World Cup? That remains to be seen. I still think Chelsea have a long-term interest in Guardiola and they'll go after him again in the summer. However, Badiashile is also a left-sided centre-back. And this is history. And I'm sure you know why I'm saying that. And the viewers will know this as well. This is the longest contract Chelsea have ever given to a player. This is a 7.5 year contract.
7.5 years.
7.5 years. Chelsea Football Club have never awarded any other player in the history such a long contract.
And even the coach,
and this
Ryan,
very
even the
much,
coach.
even the coach.
Yeah, Chelsea have never
Even the
given
coach.
that long, 5 years to Graham Potter. So yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And it's definitely risky. And I know once the news was announced and it was official on the Chelsea website, I've been tracking social media to see the reaction, and there are a significant number of Chelsea fans questioning, how can you give a player such a long-term deal? It's highly risky. But they're showing their faith they have in him. And also, as Nizan, you have reported on this in previous streams a while back when Todd Bowley first took over, that he is implementing a US-style contract policy at Chelsea now, which very much mirrors, the American sporting franchises he's involved in, where giving contracts to players under the age of 25 and locking them into long-term deals. It makes sense from a business perspective. And then if it doesn't work out, they're covering themselves because then they can sell him, and the player can't run his contract down. So I think it has the potential to be a very good signing for Chelsea.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ryan. Thank you very, very much for taking the time to explain this. Like I said, the best if you have the vision in football, your idea is to invest in young players because no matter what, if they're young, they get into 25 and you still don't see that potential in this person, you can still sell that player and make some good money out of them. Kovacic, we bought Kovacic. When even Real Madrid was not using Kovacic very well. We bought him from Real Madrid, and he came to Chelsea and did a very, very good job. So selling Kovacic now, probably you're not going to get the best money out, but you can still get some money out. So let's say having this player at the club for that period of time, and you realize that okay, he's not pulling his weight, give him some more game time, and then when he gets some better statistics on get better figures, then you'll be able to sell him and even get some money back because he's coming from the Premier League. And then American model is not anywhere compared to what Roman Abramovich used to do. He doesn't want to see success he doesn't want to see profit coming back to the football club. He just want to see success. So he grabbed the money, push it into the football club. Hopefully they win trophies. That is all he cares about. But these guys are investing. There is different between I want to see success and I'm taking the money from here, push it into the football club, and then we get the money back to pay wherever we took the money from. This is the model of American owners. But this guy is a little bit different. He wants to see success and want to see the football club, be able to be more sustainable. Sustainability is what the club is looking for. So I think the club is heading to the right direction without a doubt. And I'm very, very happy that 7.5 year contract for Badishir it will be like the ones we've already have Gary Cahill, we've seen Captain Captain John Terry have done in the defense. We want players that will be there for a long, long time, not just 3 years, 4 years. So Badishir, welcome to Chelsea. Thank you very much, brother. And I know you have the blood in you. We got 34 of us watching the stream at this moment, and we'll be back live again before kickoff. With 1 hour before Chelsea play Man City, we'll be back. We'll be looking into the statistics and head-to-head Chelsea and Manchester United in the Premier League, and they played each other for so many times. Which of them have scored more goals and more points? And we'll be looking into all those things. So we have 34 of us watching the stream at this moment. We only have 16 likes. We can do much better with all the viewers that we have. And if you haven't subscribed to the platform, do not hesitate. Do not just subscribe, and also keep your bell notification icon active so when we go live, you won't miss a thing from us at all. So we got 28 at this moment. Come on, guys. Let's put a like on it. Let's put a like on it if you're first time watching us. So Badishir has announced his presence. Are we going to see him play tonight? Maybe no. But I'm sure that couple games to come, we'll see Badishir performing. Ryan, how long do you think it's going to take him to get the game time?
Yeah, I mean, with these things, it could take a couple of weeks. I'm just basing that on, when Chelsea signed Hutchinson and Chukwuemeka, they weren't straight away thrown in, into
Yeah.
the deep end and starting in the Premier League. They've been phased in gradually. We're talking about a 21-year-old player here who's new to the Premier League. He's got experience of playing in Ligue 1, but this is a step up for sure. So I think that they need to show patience. And I'm not sure. Chelsea are still trying to decide. They made a lot of signings here. What to do with all these players? Are they ones that they're going to send straight out on loan? Are they going to form part of the senior squad? Are they going to go into the academy? These things are still being decided, I feel.
Yeah. Like I said, that it would take quite a while. Let me see what I123 have to say here. She said, "Okay, my brother. Every couple second, the video cuts out. Um, hope the rest of your stream goes on well. Catch you on your next live." Yeah. Thank you very much. I think it could be your area. Something is blocking the signal, so that could affect your stream. But I'm very, very sorry for your bad signal. I'm very, very sorry for having a bad signal. Sorry. We hope that next time when you join in, things will be fine. And we get, like I said, we got 31 of us watching the stream. We got 18. Thank you for all those that just give us the like. And if you're just joining us, please do not hesitate to put a like on it. We're streaming live to YouTube and we're streaming live on Facebook. So if you're watching us on Facebook, also let us know how things are going for you. Put a like on the stream if you're watching us on Facebook. Let me see what's next over here, Ryan. We got Jack Butler to Manchester United. I'm not sure if you know much about Jack Butler's deal. Um, Jack Butler to Manchester United. Ryan, if you can check onto that. Well, this is what I have here this morning. My little research that I did. Manchester United are closing in on a deal to sign Jack Butler from Crystal Palace after Newcastle United called Martin Dubravka back. So Newcastle United have called Martin Dubravka back. Now Jack Butler from Crystal Palace. So where are we going? Manchester United closing on the deal. Do Manchester United need that guy?
Yeah, I have to be honest. I don't know too much about him. To be fair, what position does he play?
Not really sure, but I just have to give me a minute real quick. Let me check this guy. I just have an update on him. Let me get it for you guys real quick.
Oh, Jack Butland. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this guy.
Should have get
He's
that
the
information.
goalkeeper, isn't he?
The
Crystal Palace
goalkeeper.
goalie.
Yeah, I was like, this
Yeah,
guy's
so
from.
it looks like he's due to have his medical. So this deal will be probably over the line by tomorrow.
Yeah, I think this is coming from the Athletic today. Jack Butler, as is being stated over here, Jack Butler to undergo Manchester United medical ahead of loan move. So if you're a Manchester United fan, there's some news for you guys. You're assessing Crystal Palace goalkeeper. They have David De Gea, which is number one, and who else? I know
Yeah,
the
so
Anderson is on
base,
loan.
yeah, and then they had Dubravka, who's the Newcastle goalkeeper, but Newcastle have recalled him. They've cut his loan short, which is
Okay.
why Eric Ten Hag is looking for a backup goalkeeper. Um, a number two
Yeah.
behind David De Gea, and that's why they're pursuing Jack Butland. That's my understanding.
Yeah. Okay, we've talked about, so that's latest on Manchester United. So you assessing a new goalkeeper, and I think it won't be that bad. Yeah, they need at least three goalkeepers in every team. Three goalkeepers, and he's not a bad goalkeeper at all. He's not a bad goalkeeper. It will help. We've talked about the Enzo Fernandez. We don't want to go back. This is what Fabrizio Romano stated earlier on. I jabbed in between my contest, which is according to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea never offered 120 million or 127 million. Final offer was 85. Deal never agreed between both parties. So if you're just joining us, I'm gonna go just a little bit, summarize on the deal of Enzo Fernandez and then Chelsea. The deal now, negotiation and everything has been hold. Nothing is going on at this moment. Benfica doesn't want to accept the terms on how Chelsea we're going to pay that offer or pay the deal, how Chelsea we're going to pay it, because they're trying to they don't want to get involved with financial fair play. They want to make it in a way that it wouldn't affect financial fair play, because we have an expert, which is Christopher Vivell, a guy who knows much about financial fair play. So he's really advising Chelsea very well on how they can go about things without falling into that trap. Big up to you, Lucky. Lucky said West West Ham. What about West Ham, Lucky? Let me know what you want to say about West Ham. Send your comment in, Lucky. So like I said, but now the latest update is Chelsea are willing to offer three players, add 87 million to it, and get their man, which is Enzo Fernandez. And Ryan also made me understand that Ziyech will be going outright to sell Ziyech and then put two players, which is Datro Fafana and then also Santos. Santos, these two guys will be going along to maybe Benfica if Benfica will accept this new deal. And it's been reported by Ben Jacob, also a very, very accredited journalist, and some other uh, journalists out there. So this is the latest on Enzo Fernandez deal. Deals off at this moment we're seeing, and also we talk about a player that can come in and replace and do a job for Enzo Fernandez if Chelsea could not have their player, which we talk about the another Fernandez, and another Fernandez is a player that we also Edson Fernandez, a Mexican who played in the just ended World Cup, also he plays for Ajax and have played in the Champions League. He has quite a bit of experience. He can play in a centre back position, and he is also a defensive midfielder. Right-footed player, very tall, that can give you the height on set pieces. So another good player, if he's come over and be able to play with these world-class players that we have. He, like Ryan also said in the beginning, he played in a very poor Mexican side that played in the World Cup. So another good player, very cheap, $40 million, 36 million. I'm sure. I think 36 million, 35 million euros, not pounds, euros, because of the currency valuation. So if you convert it, you're talking about $40 million for his services. That's a cheaper alternative. If Chelsea really needs someone right away to fill in the blanks. So thank everyone. We got 19 likes. We got 20 viewers. So thank everyone that put a like on this like the video, and also share if you haven't done that, and keep your bell notification icon so you never miss anything from our platform, and be part of the conversation. Get engaged in the conversation. Send your comment in. Let us know what you think of Enzo Fernandez deal. Let us know what you think of Badishir 7.5-year contract at Chelsea. Let us know what you think of this new guy. And then Mudryk Saga, the Mudryk Saga. Today, I know Ryan knows so much about these Mudryk guys. So whilst I'm talking, I know Ryan will get his information out. According to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea and Shakhtar would discuss about Mudryk in the next 24 hours. Also, Arsenal remain in direct talk with players current priority. So Arsenal value the player, but the money, the bid they're putting up. And this is what I read, and this is what I know about the reason why Mudryk wants to leave. If you guys remember, during the he's playing the Ukrainian league, and they haven't played in quite a long time. They just started playing. So it got to a point almost all the players were leaving the Ukrainian league because of the war. All the players were leaving, they're moving away from Ukraine and getting to new countries to play their football. So Shakhtar wants to sell this guy because they think this is the last chance. There's no money in the club. This is the last chance, and we're gonna put everything we can, create a bidding war on this young lad. So 100 million is the price tag. Arsenal have taken 50 and 60, and then it's been rejected. Chelsea have joined in. Can Chelsea get this guy? To me, I would love Chelsea to get him. From what I've seen, I haven't watched a whole full game, but then clips. I know we don't have to judge, we don't have to rate players based on clips and even the World Cup. But then, from what I've seen, it's not just ordinary person that can do that. This guy is very good on the left hand. He's a winger. Chelsea are not looking for wingers at this moment, but the wingers that we have cannot do nothing. We have good wingers. We have Christian Pulisic, winger on the left hand side. We have Christian. We have I think Raheem Sterling, also a winger who's not doing nothing at this moment. And we have Callum Hudson-Odoi, who used to play in the same position, who wasn't doing much. And I know this guy can come in and do lots and do much better than what we have at this moment. So Mudryk is a player, but who will get him? Arsenal or Chelsea? That is a question that we're asking. Ryan, what do you make of this Mudryk deal again? It's not going away. The rumors is still getting thicker and bigger every day.
Yeah, it's one that's not going away. It's not going anywhere really. We know for a fact that Arsenal made an initial offer of somewhere in the region of 40 million euros with certain add-ons. I think in the region of 20 euros. So in total, it was a deal in excess of 50 million pounds.
Right.
But Shakhtar Donetsk didn't accept that. They value him, northwards of around 90 to 100 million pounds. That's the reports I've seen
Yeah.
from credible sources, and they've flat out told Arsenal that as a benchmark, you need to compare uh, with the likes of Jack Grealish and the Brazilian Anthony and their transfer fees, how much
Enzo
they went,
Fernandez.
and Enzo Fernandez as well. To me, it's clear that Arsenal are not willing to pay that sort of money for the player, um, despite his talent and his track record. So um, I believe Arsenal are looking to come back with an improved offer. That's more than the initial 40 million that they bid. So it could be something in the region of 50 to 60 million euros. But I don't expect that will meet Shakhtar Donetsk's valuation. So one report I read today is that Arsenal are exploring alternative targets. One being the exciting winger who plays for Napoli, Irving Lozano.
Irving Lozano,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, who I believe he is a teammate, not teammate. He's an international colleague of Fernandez, isn't he? He's another
Fernandez.
Mexican who played in the
Yeah,
World Cup.
Mexican, yeah.
Yep, his contract comes to an end in 2024, so he's only got a year and a half remaining on his contract with Napoli, and he's at an age where he probably only has one more big move left in him. And I know for a fact, having read this in previous days, that he is keen on a switch to the Premier League. So that's one that's definitely worth watching. Our viewers might be aware that uh, Mudryk's social media activity was very interesting
Modric.
earlier today. He liked a post which was made by, I believe it was a fan channel, which shows a fit picture of him,
Mhm.
behind a jail cell and locked inside, and basically saying that he's being held hostage by his club and not being allowed to move to Arsenal. So that clearly tells you where the player's mindset is.
And was he on Twitter?
I'm not sure. This is just something that popped up in my Instagram feed. It might have been
Or
Instagram, it
Instagram?
might have been
Okay.
Twitter. But I did have a chuckle when I saw it. When a player is
Yeah.
liking
A post,
an image like
a
that,
comment,
it was
yeah.
kind of like a meme. It was a Photoshop
Yeah.
meme.
Yeah.
Basically, it was an Arsenal fan channel urging Shakhtar Donetsk to free him, from the jail cell.
Yeah. And I was told that he's willing, he's agreed to join Manchester. He wants to join Arsenal. But then looks like things the club is hyping the price. They want to make a better money from him because of the how the Ukrainian league has felt at this moment. It's not looking good. So they want to get the best money from him. This is what Fabrizio Romano have to say today. He said, according to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea and Shakhtar will discuss about the Mudryk in the next 24 hours. Excuse me. We'll discuss Mudryk in the next 24 hours. Also, Arsenal remaining in the direct talk and players' current priority. And the next one we're going to be talking about, I know Herbert will be probably on and think kick him out. Just want to know if he'll be joining back. But if not, he will. He's got a link. He will. If not, we'll take you through the rest. We don't have that much to cover. Yes, Herbert is back. We don't have much to cover. We have just a little bit more. Cristiano Ronaldo will have to wait for El Nazar debut because of what he suffered at he suffered serving the band. According to Daily Mail, Cristiano Ronaldo will not be able to make his El Nazar debut today as he still has to serve an FA ban for smashing an Everton fan's phone. What is this? I never thought it was going to be that effective in a different country. What's going on, Mr. Ryan? I was never expecting
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
I wasn't expecting this to affect him in another country. How
Yeah, it
does
looks
that work?
like the FA rules are that red cards and match suspensions, bans, they do carry
Yeah,
forward to other leagues and other countries. So, he thought he could run away from
yeah,
all his problems and troubles, but they're following him to Saudi Arabia. And
yeah.
ultimately, I feel sorry for the fans of Al Nassr because they're the ones that are being robbed of a chance to see him play. Right? They're going to have to wait now 2 games.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. So yeah, I feel bad for Cristiano Ronaldo, legend. I mean, he's bringing his career to an end, but he's been surrounded with so much controversy, too many controversy. Cristiano Ronaldo, legend in the game. Who was This question is that one will be later on, in regards to who will score first, which is Manchester City and then and Chelsea. This lineup predicted everything will be coming back later on today when we do the review. Okay, this is a question that everybody can we can all pay attention to. Who will most probably land highly anticipated signing of Mikhail Mudryk, Chelsea or Arsenal? Who is likely to sign this player? Guys, if you're watching, let us know who do you think will be able to sign this player. Is it Chelsea? Is it Arsenal? To me, I don't think Chelsea will sign him, but I would love to see it. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, Nazan, I'm just thinking. I don't know whether we're able to do this. Are you able to create like a poll for on YouTube
Yeah,
for people
yeah,
to?
I did. I just ended that one, so let me put a poll in there. Let me put a
Okay,
poll in there.
because I would be interested to see what our viewers think to gauge their opinion.
Get them engaged. Yeah, let me put this
Me,
poll
I'm
in
not
there.
a Chelsea fan. I'm not an Arsenal fan. As a neutral,
Yeah,
I can tell you he probably would be more suited to Arsenal. I think, and the way their style of football.
yeah. This poll won't be okay. I think it won't be the right poll, so it will be like a Q and A thing, like a Q and A thing. So So um, I had a question there. Let's wait for a little bit whilst we discuss some few things and see if we got 17 of us watching. If I'm gonna have any answers coming from who will land this player, is it Arsenal or Chelsea? Let's see what the fans. The question I've threw out there. So yeah, but in your opinion, just whilst we're waiting for little answers, what do you think? I don't think, like you said, I don't think Chelsea will be keen on this guy. Will get him based off they've already done three transfer. Badishia, they've done Santos, they've done Detri Fafana. Are they bringing any more? Are they bringing any more? I'm looking for updates for you guys. Any
No,
updates?
I think Zion, you mentioned it at some point during this stream. The wing positions. That's not a priority focus for Chelsea right now. They need to sort
Yeah.
out their midfield. They need to sort out the central defense.
All right. I'm just seeing this today. Cody Gakpo trains with Liverpool today. So Ryan, your guy have trained. You have any news for us, Ryan, in Liverpool? Because I'm trying to look. I haven't find anything special. I haven't seen anything special. Says
No,
Fabregas.
I think it's been quite quiet in terms of the news. There's a couple of stories, not really transfer related, but Van Dijk is gone to see a hamstring specialist, medical
Yeah,
specialist. Really confirming a lot of Liverpool fans' worst fears when he was taken off at halftime in the previous match against Brentford. That this looks like it is a serious repetitive injury, and he needs medical advice in how to remedy this. So that's a huge blow for Liverpool, really. That leaves us with Joel Matip, with Nat Phillips, with Joe Gomez.
And then
Um,
Pomacano. Oh, yeah, no, no. What's his name? The other guy. Um,
Konate,
Kanate.
Konate. So we have the numbers, but not necessarily the leadership qualities that Van Dijk, brings to Liverpool. Um, Besides that, there was some footage released on the Liverpool social media page of Gakpo, doing his trainings with the rest of the team. So he's kind of bedding in, settling in as well. Be interested to see when he's match fit and when he might next feature. Maybe not in the FA Cup game on the weekend, but possibly the following week where we have to play Brighton away. And of course, Liverpool are still in the market looking for a midfielder.
Midfielder, defensive or attacking midfielder?
This will probably be a central midfielder or a defensive
Um,
midfielder.
yeah, it hurts when we have to see things like that. But then we wish Van Dijk the best. I mean, that injury, see, since Van Dijk returned from that injury he suffered last season, he hasn't been himself. He hasn't been himself. He hasn't found his foot. He's not been playing well. And then another injury again. I feel bad. I feel bad for a player who is, arguably one of the best defenders in world football going through what he's going through. But we wish him the best. We hope that he come back strongly. He come back. There's
Yeah,
no.
yeah, and just to give you some news on transfer links, there are a couple of names
Okay.
we're being linked to. Matthias Nunez, the midfielder who plays for Wolves, and then also, again, I've only seen one report about this, but Toon Koopmeiners, the Dutch midfielder who plays for Atlanta. There's been some links in the press linking him to Liverpool.
Yeah, Matthias Nunez has been linked to Liverpool, just like Ryan said. If guys don't know Ryan is a strong Liverpool supporter. Very, very smart guy, and he knows in and out of the Liverpool Football Club. He analyzes the game very, very well. So, like I said, he will give you much more feedback on Manchester United. We cover everything. We cover everything. We cover from the bottom of the league table, the one there, and then the one on top. We cover everything: Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, all the clubs you can think about. We bring you bit of and everything. So we call it tidbits. Sports on the Blue Clouds Media. We will give you what you need at the right times. If you're looking for another platform that can talk a little bit outside what they talk about, then it's this platform. You can get engaged, get married to us, and then we'll always do what you need. So it's thank you everyone. Thank you everyone that have been here. Like I said, keep your bell notification icon active. If you're just joining us, put a like on the video and then subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And also, like I said, we will be going live an hour before the game. So stay tuned with us. Do not go anywhere. I want to thank my co-host, Mr. Ryan. Ryan, thank you for taking us through the an hour and a half streaming. Then appreciate it. I know you'll be around for a little preview before the game. Will you? I know Steven will be going to the game. Probably we're gonna see if we can get some footage from the match center, the grounds, and see what the ground is like.
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you. And then enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, everyone, to those that have watched. We really appreciate your time and sitting down to listen to what we're talking about here. So thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the day. We'll be back again. See Blue Clouds Media. My name is Nee Zion. My co-host is Ryan. So it's a Liverpool fan. We'll see you guys again. Thank you. God bless you.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Clouds TV.